Burnouts. We are back. We have NBA preseason upon us. It's coming right up. It's going to be this weekend. I'm very excited. You can tell that I'm amped. I hope that you are all amped. We got an exciting episode ahead for you. We have exciting episodes planned for the future. We will be continuing. We are hitting our stride. Uh, just wanted to preface this that this intro was recorded after the actual episode was recorded. So just to make some notes, some addendums on the things that we talked about. We are going through an overall just, with a guest of mine, Hansel Pupo. We will be talking about our predictions for NBA awards, the MVP, the DPOY, the Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, all of those, just getting our predictions out there, basing them on some of the actual odds that are around. Not sponsored, of course, so, bet at your own risk. But we're going to be talking about that, and then we're going to be addressing some stuff that was mentioned at the Miami Heat Media Day, while also just kind of looking forward to the Heat season and mentioning a couple of things that we're each looking forward to. But for those addendums, I just want to mention that we did talk about Jovic just a bit and about his possible contract extension, and it did seem that shortly after we recorded, Jovic was extended. He was received let's get the exact number for you. I believe it's 64.5 million on his extension over the next 4 years. 62.4, apologies, correction there. So honestly, a very reasonable deal, very great deal. It's like another rookie. It's like a rookie extension that's not going too far into the future and assuming this guy might be a superstar. I mean, the bag's not out, the jury's not out. We don't know how good this guy will be, but we have him locked in at a very good price. So even if he doesn't improve at all, it's still a good price. And if he does improve, then, well, we have ourselves a deal. Just so we put that in terms of what the percentage is right at the cap, because these numbers get so wonky when you're thinking about them, because back in the day, a $62 million deal was huge, but not anymore. So currently for this season that he is under contract, he is making 4.4 million, right? And that's 2.9% of the cap. As he then progresses to a 13.9 million next year, that's 8.4% of the cap. And then the deal ascends, so he continues to get a little bit more money. And that puts him at 8.7, 8.9, 9% of the cap. Overall, that's great. That is a very, very cheap retainer on Nikola Jovic, so we are happy about that. And then one other thing that's not necessarily needs clarification, but just something I saw that's exciting for me. We did have some mention from Coach Spo talking about Kasparis and him playing with Davion already in the training camp, and how Kasparis is just a bulldog. He's a pit bull, I believe is the word that he used, and that the battle between them, Davion's more veteran, seasoned NBA pit bull, but Cass, he has those qualities in him. I guess we're calling him Cass now. And that they were going at it. You would almost think that they had some issues with each other, Spo said, but it's all just on the court. It's just a competitive fire, and I love that we're already getting that from our rook. But yes, please stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave comments, do all the stuff. Share with your friends, share on the Instas, share on wherever. We will be talking about the season, talking about all these things as we continue moving forward. But we'll get to the meat and bones of this episode right after this. And we're back. We're here. The season is upon us. We're excited. Some would say we're even fired up. Media Day has happened. There's NBA news swirling all around the atmosphere. It's feeling good. We're just reading articles. We're watching clips. All the off-season clips are reaching their peak. People are posting their highlights of them shooting jumpers. Jayson Tatum looks healthy somehow. It's crazy. It's really exciting when the season's about to start and everybody's starting to promote
themselves. Zion's not fat, so...
And Zion is on Ozempic finally, so that is a big change. Thank you, Mr. Hansel Pupo, today for joining us today. It is wonderful to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, shouts out to my boy Zion. Was a big fan of him, and now he looks skinny. So, I mean, I think he got skinny on a contract year. So, shouts out to him. Hopefully, he balls out. So.
Yeah, his press conference, he was saying how it feels good to feel good. And it's like, brother. This was your fault.
like you got this fat because you wanted to.
You weren't fat in college, and then you got fat.
And then you got really fat.
And then now you're like, man, it's crazy what it's like when you treat your body right. It's like
also, I mean, we can all assume he's on Ozempic, right? Like, I mean, if it's these people are millionaires and it's right there for them, he's on Ozempic.
Some kind of supplement.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ozempic or a different brand, but like the jawline looks too crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All jokes aside, I do want to see how his game or his bag is gonna change up now that he's actually like he's kind of skinny now. So we'll see
I
how that
mean,
is.
if he still has the burst, like the
Yeah.
speed, and is able to rise up the way he was in college, like I mean, I don't know. It's a good year for Zion.
Yeah.
I'd say he maybe if he could be healthy, he could be an all-star.
Of course, there's no doubt about it, and that bust, thought that everyone had will kind of go away if he doesn't stay healthy and he becomes an all-star.
And if it's not a 1 year flash in the pan,
Exactly.
does he get pat after he gets signed?
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be the question. But that does lead us to the topic for today. For everyone to know at the top, we're going to be starting this off with some award predictions for the season. These are just to give our opinions, take a shot in the dark. You know, you can never really tell too early what's going to happen, especially because injuries and the season and the whole NBA is crazy. Maybe Luka Doncic gets traded again. Doubt it, but things happen. And then once we get through that, we'll just make it through the awards, and then we'll start talking about some Heat-specific stuff. Timestamps will be included, so you can skip ahead to the Heat stuff if you do not care about our opinions on awards. That's totally fine. But the reason why Zion leads us to this is because the first award we're going to talk about is MVP. And I think that Zion is probably not going to be the MVP. I wouldn't put any money down on that one. It's not even anywhere on the top 15 on the odds charts, so I wouldn't go that far. I'll let you start. Who is your, and I'll let you give two. Who are your top two? What do you think in MVP candidates right now?
My top two, I hate to say it, but I think the Joker has to be number one, especially with the team he's going to have around him next year. And I think that is the team to be next year. I'm not going to lie to you. Second would be, I don't want to say Shy or Shay, however you pronounce it at this point, but I like Giannis a lot. Even Wemby,
Yeah.
Wemby, if he actually has a decent team and a healthy team around him. And
I don't know if they'll win enough games is the problem.
Yeah.
He might put up the numbers.
Yeah.
But
I think, between him and then a third would be, I would love it to be Giannis, to be honest. I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to be in the mix.
I wouldn't think so either. It might be top 5, top 6.
Yeah.
Voting,
but how about you?
I think those are safe picks. I mean, Jokic, it's fucking Jokic. He's going to be amazing for the whole season. So I feel like it's almost like betting against him. Shea, their team is probably going to win 60+ games. So he's a lock to be in the candidacy. I'm gonna just take a swerve. As much as I want to say Shea repeat MVP, I don't think we're gonna get a repeat MVP.
No.
I have two that are somewhat spicy, one spicier than the next. The first one, I think it might be a Luka MVP year. The narrative started. The Lakers have a chance to win a lot of games.
But he doesn't have a good team around him, though. Because I always thought the same thing. I thought the same thing, too. I think Luka's disgusting. He's a phenomenal player. I just don't think he has a good team around him. So
the thing is, they were good enough with the trade, and the team was worse last year. They literally did not have a center for half a season, and they were still good enough to end up being the 3rd seed in the West. This does very much depend on DeAndre Ayton not being. I was about to say that. Yeah,
he
has to at least be serviceable, for this to work out for Luka in that sense. But I'm never gonna bet against LeBron being good until he stops being good. Every year, man. Every year is Father Time's going to catch up with him. It's I don't know when.
Yeah, so, he did have a little slip this year, and we're noticing it to a certain extent.
No, he's definitely not as good as he was.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's great. He mentioned in an interview that he's working on more catch and shoot and playing off ball.
That would be weird to see because we haven't seen that.
But every time LeBron dedicates himself to learning a new skill, he learns it. He didn't know how to post up players after the embarrassing finals with the Heat, and then he learned how to post up players. He didn't know how to shoot the 3-ball that well, learned how to shoot the 3-ball. It's
that would be such a weird sign to see. I think a changing of the tide and just seeing how LeBron just catching and shooting the ball instead of handling the ball. Being the playmaker.
If he can cut, Luka's gonna find him.
Yeah.
And he's still somehow, which is the freakiest part, he's still faster than most people.
Mm-hmm.
He can't keep it up for the whole game anymore, obviously, but on the fast break, running back on defense, he's a freak of nature. He's an athlete. So I like Luka for that reason, just because I think the Lakers are going to be good. I think the narrative is there. He's gotten close before, And then my other sneaky pick that's not likely is Jalen Brunson. Not because I think he's better than any of those players above him.
That is a crazy zag. I do not like that pick, but go ahead.
Hear me out. My reasoning is, I think by far the New York Knicks are going to have the best record in the East. I thought the Cavs were going to have the best record in the East, but Darius Garland's out for quite a while. I mean, they're still going to be good, but they have some injuries to start the season. So I think that the Knicks are going to have either the top one or the top two best record in the East. Who's the best player on the Knicks? Jalen Brunson. He's going to put up the stats. He has the highlight reel. You know, he's going to have the shots. He's going to have the big games. He's in New York. Like he has the press behind him. So yeah, I think you're going to look at the East. You're going to see it's full of shit teams, and the Knicks are going to be a 55, 60 win team maybe. And you're going to look at Jalen Brunson averaging 29 points a game, 39% from three, 40% from three, clutch shots. Like, I see that.
So like, where are you putting him in exactly? Third, fourth?
Like on my rankings in MVP odds, I'd say he might break top 5 if the Knicks are as good as I think they will be this season. And it's not fair, right? Because like the East is easier, so he's going to get boosted up by the fact that like the Knicks look so good in the East, even though in the West they'd probably be an equal team with like the Lakers or maybe worse than the Lakers. Who knows? But they're in the East, and that's how people look at it. They just see 60 wins in the East. Yeah. Oh shit, that team won 60 wins. Yeah, so that's why I think he could crack the top 5.
That is a fair rebuttal because the East is such a cluster F word right now.
And that's the argument for Giannis too. Like if he doesn't get traded, if the team doesn't completely suck, if the Bucks are a top 4 team in the East and they win 50 games and Giannis is putting up freaking 35, 10, and 7 or something like
who did the Bucks even pick up this year to be Giannis's second fiddle?
Miles Turner is the second fiddle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my god, I forgot.
I mean, I think he's going to be a good fit next to Giannis.
No, I think he is too, but
the roster gets pretty scary after that. It's not.
Yeah, that's right.
You're betting on Kyle Kuzma. You're betting on Cole Anthony, on Gary Harris, Kevin Porter Jr. Like I don't hate any of these players individually, but like you're betting on a lot of them to be meaningful.
Yeah,
next to him.
What about Cade Cunningham? Where do you have him at? Do you think he's a good player, a great player? Decent team?
Those are like the sneakier picks, like in the same vein as Jalen Brunson. I think Cade and Paolo to that same extent, like they could have crazy years, but I think it's too soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like unless they straight up, like if the Pistons are the best team in the East, all of a sudden, like the first seed, and Cade is putting up crazy numbers, maybe. But I think he's like a year or two away from those discussions. I think this is the year where you realize Cade is an all NBA level. And then the next year is like, is he maybe an MVP?
Yeah.
Not that he wins it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's like a good window year to be like, okay, like this guy, he gets it. Like he could be him in the near future.
Yeah, like you have to completely blow everyone away, I think, for people to be like, okay, yeah, he's MVP over Jokic. Like, come on.
What are your thoughts on KD being plus 5,000 Vegas odds for being MVP? I think that's a very weird one because, I mean, I am a huge KD stan, but
look, I'm not a betting man. I'm not. But I mean, it's plus 5,000. So the odds are not like the Rockets were a 2 seed last year.
That is, that is true.
If he's the best player on the 2 seed in the West, you might win MVP.
Yeah.
Like that's again, to your point though, he's old, injuries. He might miss 20 games.
Yeah,
30 games.
That's why I was like, that's a kind of crazy to have him that high up. Granted,
them losing Fred VanVleet makes me think that it's going to be. That's a big question mark. I don't know if they will be able to be a 2 seed again. Needless to say, I still think they're a crazy playoff threat, but in the regular season, at least, I don't know if they'll be a 2 seed, but I don't think that's that surprising just because of that, best player on the team. In fact, if anything, Wemby being so high on the odds is a little surprising to me just because I think he's going to be amazing, but I don't think the Spurs are going to win. I don't think the Spurs are going to be a top 5 team in the West. That would very much surprise me if they're top 5.
That is true.
Because Nuggets and Thunder are locked.
Mm-hmm. That's 1 and 2.
And then after that, you have a splattering of the Lakers, the Rockets. You have the Clippers still.
Yeah, first whatever that's going on over there.
Whatever's going on over there. Kawhi is still on the roster and will still be playing basketball. So you still have the Clippers. You have Golden State that's still going to be trying their heart out. Yeah. You have a lot of teams, Timberwolves, that are going to be. It's just hard to win games in the West. I can't imagine being in top 5 when they have so many young players.
So your final pick, number 1, you're going with?
My final pick, number 1. Again, I think I'm gonna go with Luka. That's my pick.
Okay,
Luka's my pick for MVP this season. So
solid.
Luka.
I'm gonna go the Joker. I'm gonna go Jokic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are good picks. I'm happy with that. Let's move on to DPOY, the Defensive Player of the Year. The betting favorite by an absolute landslide is Victor Wembanyama. I mean, it was his award to lose last year, and then he got a blood clot. So, I mean, I think this is just like it's Victor if he's healthy, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, Amen
Thompson is he's a freak of nature.
I like him a lot. A guard getting that trophy would be
hard.
Yeah, that's
so good.
That's the issue, because if you're a 4 or 5 and you're thin enough and you move laterally really good, you could guard 1 through 5. Yeah. But now Thompson trying to guard 4 and 5, and even
that's hard.
Yeah, that becomes an issue. So like eyes, and is this the most like pretty trophy ever? No. Is it like a stats thing, or is it more like if you watch basketball, you know who this is? Yes. But yeah, I mean, I like him a lot. I don't think he's gonna win, but like you said, I think it's just Victor's to lose. I mean, this guy's a freak of nature. He's gonna hold down the pain like no one else. Chat, not a Nah, I can't.
He was unhealthy last year, but he balled out defensively in the playoffs. Like he's a good defender.
Yeah, he is.
I also just want to call out that in Wemby's first 2 seasons, he averaged 3.8 blocks a game last season with 1 steal a game. And his rookie year, he averaged 3.6 blocks a game with 1 steal a game.
That's ridiculous. Like,
dude, come on, man. Like,
it is. It's genuine. It's ridiculous. Shouts out Anthony Davis and Draymond still being on. More shouts out more to Draymond to still being on this list and still being considered.
Yeah,
and Anthony Davis still being a dog, and hopefully he stays healthy. And
Anthony Goggles Davis.
From now on, that is gonna be weird to see.
I kind of like it. It feels old school. Like I'm ready for the pictures. I feel like you get a different haircut maybe to really like embrace it. Mm-hmm. Like was it Kareem who had the goggles at one point?
Kareem and the Lakers had goggles. Yeah, Kareem and the Lakers had goggles. Yeah,
I'm like those are good images. Yeah, I think the betting favorite's Victor. To not be boring, who's your next pick after Victor? Who would be your runner-up?
Who would be my ideal runner-up? Draymond.
It's not a bad one.
No, I would like to see the Thompson from Houston to win it. I'm a big fan of him. There's something about a player just not being like naturally gifted at scoring and him just trying his ass off on both sides of the ball. You're like this guy. He gets like,
yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah, like it kind of reminds you as like a kid, like maybe you are technically the most gifted person out there in the basketball court, but if you try your heart out, you will get recognized, and that's what I feel like he's doing right now. Like, yeah, he
is athletically gifted. Like,
yes, something that we don't have. Yes, that is true. but yeah, he's just like, is his bag crazy? No. Is he consistent? No. But like, he tries his ass off and he defends like an animal. So
he's super like Tyler Hero.
Yeah. So I would love to see him. I would love to see him win if Victor's body just crashes out on him.
My runner up would be Chet, just because I'm a big Abraham Lincoln guy, and that's pretty much it. That's
okay. That makes complete sense. Yeah,
I think he's a top president of all time, and to see him go from that to winning Defensive Player of the Year would be pretty unimpeachable as far as records go. It's from the Gettysburg Address to DPOY.
Yeah,
it's a big change for him. No, but I do very much like him. I think he's a freak. He's going to get the benefit of being on the best or second best team in the West. He's going to block a ton of shots. I haven't seen any pictures of him if he's bulked up or not, but I have to imagine that he's bulked up a little bit. He's still young.
What do we think about Chet's career thus far? I mean, including the fact that his first year he didn't play. Do we think? Because I mean, I've been following Chet for years since. Well, I used to watch a lot of his highlight tapes, his boys' live tapes. So, what do we think about Chet thus far? Like, where his career has gone? I think as a player, period.
I think the potential is crazy for Chet.
Really?
I don't think he's a Victor level talent, like per se, but he missed, I want to say like 40 or more games last season. And he kind of just got thrown into the playoffs.
That is true. That is very true.
And they won a chip. And he was a third-year player as your starting center.
Yeah.
And coming off of an injury, and he didn't even play his first year. So, like, That's hard to have a pretty much a second-year player who just came off injury be your starting center and win a chip.
Yeah.
And have to play against, not that he shut them down, but have to play against Jokic. Like, it's not even playing against Miles Turner. Like, Miles Turner is not as good as Jokic.
Yeah.
Miles Turner's a vet who knows how to play ball. Like, and Chet had to match up against that and learn. And I think that the learning experience is crazy to go through 4 full playoff rounds that young in your career and to be able to build off of that. Like, and I think he has a lot to prove coming off of it because his shot was very streaky in the playoffs and it was better in the regular season.
That's what my issue was. Like, I just felt like his shot was very streaky and is known to be a 7-footer.
He's supposed to be able to shoot it.
Yeah, his thing was, I mean, I hate the comp that every lanky person gets. It's KD. Yeah, but you saw flashes of it to a certain extent.
He's got some dribble moves.
Yeah, he's got a decent dribble back. He's a little bit slower on that end. He's not like KD.
He's not as fluid.
Yeah, he's not as fluid with it. But the shot, I thought it was a little streaky, and then maybe it is that comparison in one TED that they implemented since he got to the league. It's like the white version of KD. That's not true.
Yeah,
I don't think.
He's never going to be KD. No. I don't think. But I do think, like, I would imagine that one, it's a little bit of the nerves, right? Breaking into your first playoff series, and then also coming off of injury. I would be interested to see that, but I think he has a good chance to be a really, really, really good player in this league. But yeah, he's my pick for DPOY. Besides Victor, and Almond Thompson is your pick.
Oh dang! Jaren Jackson's pretty low here. He is top.
He is very low. On your money, if you're talking just making your bets go far, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley. Again, this is not a gambling podcast. This is not supported by any gambling advertisers. I gamble responsibly.
Yes.
But Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley. If you're just trying to put a couple bucks down and see if you win some money, those are not bad.
Jaren Jackson being at plus 4,000 is.
That's crazy.
Throwing $10 and
the Grizzlies could make the playoffs.
They're not I mean, he's won it before. He won
he did, right?
2-3 years ago at this point. 2 or 3 years ago.
I'm pretty sure he won it once. He won the 2022-2023 season.
Where didn't Bam finish like second or third that season?
Yeah, okay. I think because they dinged him on games played or something.
But that's not a bad bet though.
No,
that Jaren Jackson Jr. being that low is kind of insane. Even
freaking Dyson Daniels on Atlanta plus 2,000 is not a bad bet. They're not. Again, it's just because everybody's expecting it to be Victor.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah,
that's the thing. You're betting. You're pretty much betting that Victor gets injured.
Pretty much, which is if there's a prop bet for that. Hey, I don't wish bad upon anyone, but that is a strong possibility of him getting injured.
I mean, last season was the blood clot. It wasn't an injury, but maybe he would have gotten injured. We don't know. So, all right, moving on to Sixth Man of the Year. This one is always interesting because rosters are kind of in flux. Sometimes people end up not being the sixth man on their team.
Yeah, then
very early on,
the lines get blurred. What's a sixth man then? Oh, you got to average this amount or do this. No, you have to come off the bench.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's why I was looking at Naz Reid. That came to mind originally before, and I'm like, is Naz Reid? I guess he's the sixth man because they're gonna start Randall and Gobert, but I feel like he ends up playing almost 30 minutes a game.
Exactly.
So, is he really a sixth man? But I guess he is.
So let's define real quick. We don't have to get super ethical about it. Sixth man is coming off the bench. You're not a starter.
To me, it has to be coming off the bench, and the only reason you started is because someone got injured for a little while. Which, so you're the sixth man, one of the guys.
Yes, okay, 100%.
That's to me. DeAndre Hunter, does he not start for the Cavs?
Oof, no, I didn't watch too many Cavs games last year, to be honest.
He was their late season addition.
He was,
I guess he didn't. I guess he came off the bench for Garland, but Garland's going to be out at the beginning of the season too. So, I don't know. That's weird to me too. Personally, for me, for Sixth Man of the Year, I like Naz Reid as the option because I guess he will be coming off the bench. But far down on that list, I really like Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Okay.
The Hawks. I think he's a really good player. He was great for the Wolves. I think the Hawks are going to be pretty good, and I think him coming off the bench for the Hawks, I don't know. I think he's going to be able to put up some numbers. Norman Powell's also somewhat enticing.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he's going to start or not. He might start.
That's why I asked. I had to make sure. I'm like, okay, what is a sixth man? Because Norman Powell's going to start. I think he's going to start.
For right now, with Hero injured, he's 100%.
He's going to be a starter.
When Hero comes back, are you really going to bench a guy who
almost made the All-Star in the West and who's probably going to be one of our best scorers on the team.
Well, no, he was an All-Star. Well, he went in because someone got injured, or
Was he a replacement All-Star?
Yeah.
He was like a last edition. Either way, it was a late edition.
Yeah. Fringe,
move,
fringe All-Star player.
But in the West.
Mm-hmm.
In the East, he's going to be an All-Star caliber player.
And that's
I don't even know how they're doing the All-Star voting this year because of the fucking 16 USA players, 8 world players.
I don't know either, to be honest.
But in a normal world of East and West, he would be an All-Star in the East, in my opinion. But I don't know. I think I imagine he starts at least a good chunk of games. You know, Spo likes to play with lineups. So I wouldn't bet on him for that reason because he might end up starting 30 games, 40 games this season. But for me, it's Naz Reid or Nikhil I really like as options on there.
Solid picks. I kind of like Jordan Clarkson. I mean, he has been one of the best six men in the last couple of years.
He's a fun six man. He's cut from the J.R. Smith cloth.
Yeah, he's cut from that J. Cross. J.R. Smith, like and those people. And what was this guy's name that he used to play for the Rockets as well? When they had CP3, James Harden, and he was an amazing six man for them. Dang it, what's his name?
I'm forgetting the lineup.
Well, yeah, he was. Another amazing six man.
Lou Will.
Well, Lou is another great six man, but no, it wasn't Lou Will though. But yeah, I like Jordan Clarkson. Peyton Pritchard.
But the Celtics roster is fucking empty. Is he not going to start?
That's my issue. Like, I think he's an amazing six man, just flat out.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to start this year.
Yeah, like who are you gonna play above him? Anthony fucking Simons, for real?
I like Anthony Simons. At least his first 2 years in Portland.
But like the guy who's been loyal to you, who's been your six
man. Oh
yeah. Behind Jaylen Brown. Now there's no Tatum. Now there's no Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
You're really going to be like, we brought in this other young guy. He's going to start over you. We didn't even want him on the team.
Well, maybe
they were trying to trade him and nobody wanted fucking Anthony Simons.
Yeah, maybe he accepted this role. Like, I think.
Maybe he just likes being a fucking off the bench microwave scorer.
Yeah, I mean, Manu had like 3 to 4 years before he was like, you know what? I'm just going to come off the bench. And he's arguably the best six man of all time. So,
I mean, if he stays a six man, I think Peyton Pritchard has a good chance because he's a fucking bucket. But I just feel like they don't have anyone on that fucking roster. He has to be in the top 5 best players.
Yeah, that's my like ideology behind that. I was like, they have no one. He needs to play. Like, he needs to start.
Yeah, he's gonna play fucking 35 minutes a game.
Unless I don't know what happens, but I mean,
unless Tatum fucking comes back in 2 months because he looks fucking good.
Well,
I don't know if have you seen the clips?
Of him practicing in the open gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good to me, and he's like, I'm so a little rusty, and I'm like.
They also apparently, and this is what's interesting because you don't know how sensationalized it is. This is the first time they just discovered like a new ACL surgery, and I think Tatum was one of the first uses of this.
No, but he tore his Achilles though, right? It was Achilles.
I'm sorry, Achilles.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So
okay.
This is a new procedure that Jayson Tatum I think has been like the test dummy for as far as NBA players, and the timeline is supposed to be shorter. And it's also because of how quickly he got the surgery. He got it the same day of the injury.
Okay.
He didn't have to go anywhere. So supposedly, the timeline based on this new procedure, but this is all new, puts him at like he could be able to play by like December.
That's not bad.
I don't know. I thought he was going to be out the whole fucking year.
Granted,
that was my thought.
Granted, I think Kobe was one of the first ones in the NBA to get stem cells as well, so he could F around to get some stem cells in there.
He might do. And he's I mean, look, I mean, me and you both are on the same page on this. I think there's too much Jayson Tatum hate in this world.
Oh, no, well.
Just because he's like a little bit corny.
Miami fans, 1.
Yeah.
2, yes, overall people hate Tatum. I think this guy's.
Just because he's corny. Which is like.
He's a goofball. Yeah, I mean, we all. That's fine, though. It's not like.
Yeah, like he's a good guy. There's no drama around him. He plays almost every game.
Like, I would understand. Like, I find Jaw to be annoying. I still think he's really good. Tatum is just
I guess, like, his bag is kind of boring. Like, he doesn't have, like, an overly exciting bag. But But I mean, he can score from everywhere. He has great dunks. Like,
what do people used to hate on Tatum for? Was it the pull-ups or something like that? People started.
I think it was his little dribble pull-ups, like his settling for threes. Like they wanted him.
It was the Kobe mentality and all that, and trying to copy Kobe.
Oh, and the Kobe stuff. Yeah,
I was like,
but
Kobe is a top 5 player of all time.
Also, look, I know a lot of people who aren't in the NBA who idolize NBA players to that same extent.
Yeah, like I don't.
No need to name names, but there are people here. There are regular civilians, not that we know, thankfully, who have like player tattoos on them.
That is true.
And you don't even fucking play basketball. This guy's in the league. He knew Kobe. He looked up to Kobe. So like, is it corny? Yes, but like, leave the guy alone.
Is texting someone after they pass away saying all that things, was that weird? Yes. Is he a weird guy? Yes. Is he goofy? Yes. Is he disgusting and amazing? That's for sure. But
he's a top 5 player in the NBA,
dude. Back to our original point. That was a hard zag there.
I hate that as a Heat fan. I have to be the guy to defend Jayson Tatum. I really hate it. But I'm like, he hasn't done anything wrong to anyone. He's a good guy.
Super nice guy. He even dunked on LeBron his rookie year. Like, come on. I don't know how people hate on him so much.
There's not been one story about him being an asshole.
And
not one.
I forgot. He kind of copies Kevin Durant.
The Kevin Garnett celebration.
Anything is possible, and he says something like very similar. I'm like, dang it, dude! You made people hate you even more now.
And it's like, and the thing is, like, I don't even blame him, bro, because like, none of us have been in a situation that makes you feel as happy as that situation that Jayson Tatum was just in.
This guy accomplished his dream.
He just accomplished his dream of winning the championship. For this franchise. And the first thing that rushes to his mind is this iconic thing because he's a freaking NBA nerd. And it just came to his mind and he said it. If you and I played in a fucking rec league tournament and like we won the championship for this rec league and you celebrated screaming that, I'm not going to be like texting behind your back like, bro, the way Hansel celebrated was, in my opinion, it was pretty lame. Like, who gives a fuck? He just won a championship. Like, why are we judging? We're judging celebrations?
Dude, they just hate him, man. But, god dang
it's called paying homage.
Yeah, like, it's completely fine. You know, is it part of the coolest thing you could have said? Probably not. No. He
could be cooler.
He could be.
But he could 100% be cooler.
Doesn't take away the fact that he's disgusting. But back to our original segment, though. Back to 6 man. Give me Jordan Clarkson. And what do you think about PJ Washington?
I do not know what to think about the Dallas Mavericks. That's where I'm at with that team, and so I mean, he's a really good player. He's a really, really good player. I don't know how much wins affects being a 6-man. So
that's right. He's not going to start on that team, and I think about it.
No, I mean Cooper, AD, Derek Lively, is fucking who's this guy that they just got? D'Angelo Russell, I'm guessing.
Well, D'Lo's going to be their 1.
Unless they play Cooper at the 1, which will be really weird.
No. He's probably going to play the 3.
Clay is obviously going to start.
So yeah, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang, Flag playing off the rip is all right. I mean,
they have to start Flag. If you don't start Flag, you're trolling as an organization. You just drafted like one of the most exciting prospects.
He is NBA ready. I don't like we talked about last time. I don't think he doesn't wow me, but he is NBA ready.
He's NBA ready.
Yeah, he's not a rough project. Like you kind of limit. You're not supposed to limit him. Like just go out there, play and get better. That's
pretty much it. Let him play and get better. Yeah. That's what you have to do.
But yeah, so let's go through it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 would be AD. 5 with Lively. Yeah, PJ Washington is a 6-man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they start Russell.
No, he's gonna play until
either way, PJ Washington wouldn't be starting in that replacement. No. If they started someone else, it'd be maybe Max Christie or DSJ, but I doubt it. It probably is Russell, I guess.
So I like your Naz Reid pick. So I agree with Naz Reid, and yeah, I think 1, 2, and 3. I would probably would bet. So my top 3 would be Naz Reid, Jordan Clarkson, DeAndre Hunter.
I like that. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, moving on to most improved player of the year. I got a spicy one for this one, so I'll let you go first. And I know this is like there's a crapshoot.
All right.
You don't.
Dang. Okay, give me a second here.
I'll just step off camera for one moment.
So Michael Porter Jr. We're going off right now what Vegas is saying. Michael Porter Jr. being top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around top 10-ish.
Him even being on the list is crazy to me. Of bets.
They're predicted to be one of the worst teams in the NBA, right? At least in the East, they're predicted to be the worst team in the East, right?
They have to be. Unless MPJ goes fucking nuts, but they have to be. They drafted 5 rookies.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? 5 of your roster slots.
All right, so let's get this straight. Is it Amen or Amin?
Amen.
Amen. Okay, Amen.
Amen and I think it's Asar. I've heard some people call it Asur, but I think it's Asar.
Okay.
It's Asar Thompson.
So I like Andrew Nembhard a lot, to be honest. I thought he's had
Nembhard is really good, and he's going to have a lot of minutes this year with Tyrese out. So I think that is a cool bet. I like that bet. A lot of these, dude. I think the Thompson twins have a chance.
What about Danny or Denny or however you pronounce his name now?
Danny Avdija or whatever.
I only paid attention to him his rookie year in Washington. I think he got drafted.
I think that's where he started,
in Washington.
He had a good end of the season last year. He showed some signs of life.
Okay.
That's the thing with that questions me about these, because same as like Matas Buzelis, they had a really good end of the year.
Yeah.
If they just pick up where they left off, is that considered most improved this season if they just keep doing what they were doing, or do they have to step up from that second half of the year? You know what I mean? Like, I guess you're just going to look at their season totals and see how it does. But the Thompson twins, I think, are safe bets on here.
Yeah. Thoughts on Josh Giddey? This is a kind of open question right here.
It's a big one.
Josh Giddey, Jaden Ivey, and Shaedon Sharpe.
I honestly, I don't like Sharpe too much for this.
Okay.
Josh Giddey and Jaden Ivey to me are also pretty good picks. I mean, it's a crapshoot, right? But
what do you think about Jaden Ivey? Period.
I want to see. It's a prove it year for him too. I think he's up for an extension, and they haven't given it to him. And also Detroit's going to be making big decisions about their roster, whether they want to keep him, how they want to build around Cade. I think he had unlucky injuries last year, so if he's healthy, I could see him making a big splash. Detroit's going to be a lot better, so they're going to be getting press. You know, I think like certain teams, like, it sucks for them, but like the Bulls aren't going to be good.
Yeah.
So like you're going to have to really stand out.
Really stand out. I'm not a big Jaden Ivey fan. I was never a fan from coming out of Purdue, I think. Jaden Ivey. Let me search it. I'm pretty sure he went to Purdue. Yeah, he went to Purdue. I was never a big fan of him. And he got drafted very high. I think he was like top 10, maybe even top 5. Never was a big fan of him. But for the sake of this, I kind of like Andrew a lot.
Andrew Nembhard's a really good pick.
I mean, it's only 100 difference via Vegas, so that's honestly, I would kind of lock that in, because if you think about it, with KD being on that team, this guy's not gonna have a lot of touches on the ball to.
But what some of the rumors are, and I don't know what they're gonna do, is with Fred VanVleet out.
Oh, true.
Maybe put more of the ball handling on Amen.
So
if that's something like a development, if he shows signs of life as like a playmaker, shit, I mean, he has like the Russ athleticism. I don't think he's a visionary like Russ was, but maybe he could be. I don't know. Maybe
also first year without Russ in media day. So that's out.
You're right. Damn.
Yeah.
Still unsigned. Get my boy Russ signed. Not on the Heat.
Yeah, no, not on the Heat. Not on the Heat. No, sorry, please no.
I do love Russ though.
I turned a page on Russ. I used to hate him, and then I'm like, dude, he's a cool guy. Yeah, he's a cool guy. And he just wants to play basketball and tries. And
he tries. You can't say he doesn't. Yeah, try.
Like he tries, man. That's more than a lot of people say.
Yep. So no, I think Nembhard's good. I'm gonna go completely off this list. I'm gonna go Nikola Jovic. I think this is the year. I think one part of my reasoning here, as far as I know that this is a big swing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part of my reasoning here is he obviously hasn't played much in the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that helps his odds as far as a most improved player. Like if he can be healthy, then it's just going to be springing onto the scene. Like who the hell is this guy now? Probably starting for the Heat, getting a ton of minutes now.
Yeah.
Also going to have a lot more leeway to be a scorer with Tyler out to start the season. and in general.
But is he good enough though? That's just my what if.
Dude, it's so weird. And I've listened to so many podcasts, obviously, about it. Zach Lowe is talking about how you see every once in a while these flashes with Nikola Jovic where he like makes a pass or like makes a read or makes a cut that you're like, man, this guy's good. This guy's really good. But it's consistency, right? It's consistency.
Yeah.
And can he put that all together on a consistent basis? I think he played really well in EuroLeague. He obviously was playing next to Jokic and, gaining insight from that, learning from that. I think he's dedicated himself to it. I think this is going to be a really good year for him. Again, I'm not saying this is why I'm saying MIP and not like an MVP or something crazy or outrageous. But I think he has a chance to like have like. I think he could be averaging 18 points a game.
That's
9 rebounds.
That's realistic.
4 assists, maybe. He's a really big player. He's strong.
He plays a lot like 90s Euro basketball. Like it's kind of crazy to see. Like you compare him, well, they're not comparable, but like you compare him to Joker, and it's like two different players, but like the way he plays basketball just reminds me of a Soviet Union basketball player from the 90s. It's kind of insane. Like he's a
true comrade of the game.
Yeah, like his bag isn't crazy deep, but it's very fluid. He could pull up, he could dribble.
He seems like a smart player.
Yeah,
it seems like he makes the right moves.
The right moves, exactly. It's like, is it crazy to see? No, but like, is he kind of like efficient with it? Smart, like he locks down the ball really good. So that's his plus side, I guess. He's not an idiot of a player, but that's not a bad pick for most improved, to be honest.
It's obviously heat bias here a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, around the league, there's question marks about what Nikola Jovic can be. I mean, we didn't trade for fucking KD because we had some hopes in how good Jovic can be. Obviously, I don't think nor do the Heat think that he'll ever be KD. It's more of a timeline issue. But the point being that they're still like, there's something here and we want to figure it out. Like, let's see how much we can get out of this guy. And I think he's going to have all the opportunity in the world this year to do it. So let's lock that in. Let's move in. This is the fun one, the easy one. Rookie of the year.
I think we can more or less maybe talk about the odds for some of these people.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, let's ignore Cooper Flag. Yeah, well, I think he's Rookie of the Year.
Chat, we know. Yeah, it's Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year. That's we got that over with.
Hope, raising the white flag.
Jalen Harper 1,100 and Ace Bailey at being at 1.5.
That the Suns, I mean not the Suns, the Jazz are just gonna suck absolute donkey dick.
Yeah, that team is horrible.
They're not gonna win games. They're gonna win like 10 games this year. Dylan Harper's my personal favorite, and this is based off me watching I think 1.5 games of his in summer league and watching his interviews. Is VJ Edgecombe. I'm in love with that guy. I am heartbroken that he plays for the Philadelphia 70 Stinkers. And that's the only thing I dislike about him. I absolutely love this guy, and I think he's going to be a monster. He hustles really hard. He's athletic as shit. He's comes from being very, 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 very poor, which is somewhat unrelated, but also just like the mindset that he has because of that, I feel like is very different. And with the little money he's gotten, he's already been sending it back to support people from the town he's from. Like very like I remember Giannis-esque stories, like the same kind of stuff. Like he just seems like he's a really, really good kid who's going to try his heart out, and also he's an athletic freak of nature. I like VJ Edgecombe a lot.
Yeah, but there's not really too much to talk about over here. Walter Clayton being at 6,000 is kind of insane. It's just Vegas saying, "Hey man, if you don't bet Cooper Flag, you're an idiot."
Nikola Topic is an interesting one for OKC because remember he's technically a second-year player. He didn't play his first year, so he's going to have a second-year body. It's kind of like the Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell year, where like even if you didn't play, you were still in an NBA facility training with them. You've grown, you've gotten older.
Well, what do we think about that?
About counting them?
Yeah, I think it should have counted. Like, hey, if you got injured your first year, brother, I'm sorry to break it to you. That's your rookie year.
I don't like it. Yeah, it sucks. Like, who cares? It's the Rookie of the Year award, dude. Like, no one really cares that much. It's a cool thing to say you won.
It's a cool thing to say later on if you won a bunch of things. Like, this guy won Rookie of the Year. This guy later.
But if you were injured your Rookie of the Year, bro, then sorry, tough apples, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's life, brother. Sorry to break it to you.
Yeah. If you were having an MVP season and then 50 games in, you got injured, it's not like, man, but remember last season?
Yeah, I remember. Like, no, I don't, because you didn't
want
it.
Dude. Yeah, like you got injured. Like it sucks. That's what happens. So yeah, I don't love that, but it's still the rules. So I'm like, he's gonna be on a really good team. He's probably gonna get minutes. Maybe he shows out. Hansel Yang, I think, is a hilarious bet.
What do we think? All right, in a very not ideal world, but anything is possible. Cooper Flag, something happens to him. We had to bet on one of these guys to win Rookie of the Year.
For me, it's VJ. I really like VJ. I have high hopes for him. I think he's strong. Like he looks like.
What do you think about Con?
I like him. I think he's good, but I think he's just too much of a shooter right now.
Yeah.
And also, I think that team is going to be absolutely bad. Not that it matters too much as a rookie, but bad in the East too. I like him though. He can, if he shoots the lights out, maybe, you know, if he can get like 15 points a game just because he hits a ton of threes, like
I think
there's a world.
Yeah, I would go with I'd go with probably Denton Harper if in a messed up world. Cooper Flag
playing next to the Spurs, yeah, like playing next to Wemby. I mean, on the Spurs,
that's
he's gonna have a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like that too.
We could go ahead and go to Coach of the Year if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that. And I think this one we talked about it a little bit before. I mean, I again, this is like it's kind of dumb Coach of the Year because if it were up to me, you just give it to Spo every year.
Yeah,
but it's based on like teams surpassing odds. It's almost like the most improved team award.
Yeah, basically.
Right? Yeah. And for that reason, I think the top person on here, which is Jamal Mosley, I think is a great bet. I'd also say that JB Bickerstaff with the Pistons is probably a great bet. Those honestly would be my two picks. But to what we were talking about earlier, I could see a world in which Udoka gets it if the Rockets are top 2 again. Wait, you're muted right now.
Oh, sorry about that. I think I pressed my space button by mistake there. I would go with Ime, to be honest. Wait, are we back?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, okay, good. No, I went excited for a second there. You're gonna have to add a little break there.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get back into it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. I would go with Ime. I think these. Like you said, it's more like a most improved team. Like who got the shittiest team and made them relatively decent, or if not, stand out. Mike Brown with the Knicks. I'm not a Mike Brown guy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I also they were already really good. They're gonna be really good again.
Yeah. So like, what are you exactly doing?
Unless they win fucking 70 games.
Yeah, unless you're like you break records. I don't know. Like they're already good. Like I don't understand how you make them even better.
All of a sudden, Cat is like one of the best defensive centers in the league or some shit. It's like, all right, well,
just give it to him. But Mazzulla,
no chance. There is no chance as a Mazzulla year. I don't even know why he's on there.
Yeah, that's why I'm like that. Nick Nurse being there.
Those teams are gonna suck.
This award kind of sucks. I don't like anyone here, to be honest.
No, I mean, look, at one point before the hero injury, I thought there was like an offshoot chance of Spo. If we were like a top 4 team, this roster, no one's excited about it. And if you're a top 4 team in the league and there's not anyone on the roster that everyone's like, oh, well, that's the reason, then it's like, well, then it's the coach. But with hero out, I don't think we're going to be that great for the first 2 months of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that ruins Spo's chances a little bit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's Magic or Pistons is the odds-on favorites for a reason, kind of. Quinn Snyder has a chance too if the Hawks really ball out. But
shouts out to Quinn Snyder. I think that team was going to be god-awful last year, and they were not bad. They were pretty decent.
Yeah. No, and they're going to be better this year. But I also feel like a lot of the credit might go to Trey if they're better this year.
Yeah, I think the narrative on Trey 1 or 2 years ago was like, this guy might just be not as good as he's supposed to be, and he's flipped the script on his narrative, to be honest. I think he's a great player. I think he's a really good player. But for the sake of this conversation, to be honest, just give me Ime. I think the Rockets, and this might just be KD bias here, I think the Rockets are going to be a good team. I think Ime is a dog already, and God knows whatever happened over there in Boston when he was over there and he got booted from them. Yeah. But great coach overall. Little weirdo, to be honest. I think he's a little fresh in Spanish terms. But just give me Ime.
Okay, yeah. So Ime for you, I'll take just to not take the odds on favorite, I'll take JV Bickerstaff. I'll go with Bickerstaff on the Pistons. And then we'll move into 2 more segments here. This is going to be Heat related stuff. This first one is just a couple quick things I'm going to throw at you, just some notes I took as I listened to the media day conversations at the Heat training camp. This isn't from the Heat presser, just from the training camp.
Mhm.
We all sat down with the media for a little while, asked a few questions. Terry Rozier said, and I quote, "I did a lot of looking myself in the mirror this offseason." What does that mean to you? How do you feel about that?
Well, charges got dropped, right?
No, he's still under investigation.
The one that got dropped was who was it?
Malik Beasley.
Okay,
Yeah, no, Terry Rozier is still active in the investigation. So
good luck. I don't know what to tell you.
So,
to begin with, I'm not the biggest Scary Terry fan. I was a fan of him in Boston for what that's worth. I like Scary Terry in Boston, but I'm not a Scary Terry fan in Miami. No.
Yeah, I have zero hope for that. If Spo can make something out of it, cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm glad that he like recognizes that he needed to look at himself in the mirror, but I don't know what he saw.
No, maybe he saw 2 to 5 years in state or Fed, but I hope
lifetime ban
or lifetime ban. Oh yeah, I mean exactly, or lifetime ban. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully you are not guilty of your charges. But hey. Good luck.
Pretty damning, I will say. But we'll move on to the next quote I got. Jaquez said, "You get so low, there's only one place to go, and that's up. I wasn't happy about my performance." How do you feel about Jaquez's statement?
That's literally, that is true. Yeah,
he can't be worse than he was last year.
No, the only place to go is up, and what up means for him. Hopefully, it's just being a better player in comparison to his rookie year. And rookie year,
I have hopes. I feel like everyone knows the term and the reason it's a term, the sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Thing. I just feel like when people talk about Heat players, almost it's like, nah, he's just trash. Spo fooled us, and it's like, no, maybe he just had a sophomore slump, and it was a tumultuous year where Jimmy Butler was kind of throwing the beginning of the year. The roster was in flux. Like, maybe he just wasn't on his game, and people figured out his moves.
Yeah,
but maybe he gets better.
I get that sentiment. I do think a lot of people think about that as a Heat system player. I don't think so. I thought at one point Jaime was one of the better role players in the NBA, or could have been one of the best. Not one of the best, but at least in conversations like, this guy's just an amazing role player.
He just needs to shoot the ball better.
Yeah,
he has really good footwork.
Mm-hmm.
So, but people just caught on to like, he's not going to shoot the three because he can't shoot it.
Yeah,
he's not athletic enough to just like drive in on me and dunk. So it's like, all right, just wait for figure out his little footwork, figure out his pump game. You got to be able to do a little bit more than that, or at least draw a foul.
Yeah.
So,
or no one to kick it out and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. I have hope for him. I like that. He's a young guy.
Well, is he that young? Because
he was an older rookie, but he's still young.
Yeah, because he did
24.
4 years in college in UCLA.
He's 24 years old right now.
Okay.
But still, like, you're not cooked at 24.
No, but
he's never going to be an all-star.
No, God, no.
He's never going to be an all-star.
No, that's for sure.
I think he has a career as a serviceable role player possibly in him.
Brother, the way the NBA is moving, that's an amazing position to be in. Like,
and I don't see why not. Like, he has good size. He's smart.
I really thought that was his destiny, just to be like one of the better role players in the NBA and have like a career of 10 plus years or something like that.
I think you'll have that chance.
Yeah, same.
But moving on, this isn't a direct quote because it was kind of spattered in. But when they spoke to Jovic, he talked about the things that he wanted to work on, and he mentioned wanting to just perfect his 3-point shot. He used the word perfect, pretty awesome. Wanting to perfect his game in transition, getting better at posting up, and also one that I really like to hear, attacking smaller defenders. How do you feel hearing that from Jovic? For me, I hung on to the attacking smaller defenders because he's really big.
Yeah, that guy, like, every Heat fan that watches this podcast or hears this podcast, I just want you to look at the TV and look at him when he's just bringing the ball up the court. This guy is pretty big.
Yeah, he's listed as 6'10". He might be a little taller than that.
I'd lump him in with the fringe 7-footers.
Yeah, he is a very big guy. He's just fluid.
It's crazy, but yeah, you need to attack smaller defenders. Get that switch, attack the small defender. He's really good. The post-up game, I don't recall him having a great post-up game.
No, I think he needs to. I think that's something that he should and hope, and he has been working on.
Yeah, I think he just tends to attack people straight up
to the smaller defenders. If you got a point guard on you, brother, back him down. Just
look for the switch and just
draw
attack
the second defender and pass the ball out. Like make the right move. So
and the 3-point shot, yeah, I mean he needs to get a better 3-point shot.
I don't think it in EuroLeague. That's all. He hit it at a pretty good clip in EuroLeague. So hopefully that.
I wonder if he's what more he's referring to his catch and shoot or his pull up. Because I think he has a good pull up, like a good transition 3-point shot, but I don't think he has a good catch and shoot 3-point shot. If I'm not mistaken.
Some of those stats. I'll dig into that in my free time. The next, there's only there's 3 more here, or 4 more. Sorry. Precious. This one's a quick one. He mentioned that when he was a rookie with the Heat, that UD was the voice of the Heat, and it's strange, but nice for him, like exciting that coming back, Bam has become the voice of the team, which I think that's something that Heat fans have been kind of wanting more of from Bam. I think when Jimmy was here, Jimmy kind of just assumed that role as the voice of the team and the personality of the team, and now that it's like, I think it's pretty clearly Bam's team. And he is the UD Alonzo Mourning figure of our team right now. So I just thought it was cool hearing that from Precious, that Bam is being very vocal and kind of like taking people under his wing as that kind of player.
But I have 2 thoughts on this. I agree that yes, that Jimmy was the loudmouth. Jimmy was the guy, screaming at everyone, the big brother. And I don't know if I can necessarily agree that like maybe Bam, like I want to compare it to Messi. Like Messi doesn't scream at people on the field. Like he's a very reserved guy. But in the locker room, there's like when Argentina won the Copa America the first time, everyone thought Messi's not a leader, et cetera, et cetera. But in the locker room, you see Messi bitching at everyone. Sorry for the cuss word there. He just keeps it private. So it's not necessarily to say that Bam needs to like scream at everyone like how Jimmy used to do on the court. It's a different style of leadership, exactly. But I still think it's cool that Bam taking that mantle, or if he already has taken that mantle, just in closed doors, that would be kind of cool to see. Just to see him, being that leader inside.
I think to your point, I think he needed to find what his version of leadership was.
Exactly.
And it was maybe hard for him to do that when Jimmy took up so much of the air, for better or worse. I'm not that against Jimmy. He led us to.
No. This is. I love Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, this is no slander.
No.
Like now, Bam is like, shit, it's on me, and I need to figure that out. And it takes some time to figure out.
I hope this is a non-Jimmy Butler podcast because I think he's an amazing player. I think the way he ended things was horrible, and
I hate the way that we ended it, and I hate the way that
both parties did a shit job. Both parties did a shit job, but
I have a Jimmy Butler jersey. I'm not burning it on fire.
No, heck no. This guy would. No.
Whenever those clips pop up on my fucking X feed of our playoff run with Jimmy, like tears almost streak down my eyes. Like those were some of my most fun times watching basketball.
We were relevant because of one player.
We were an 8 seed that made the finals. The only 8 seed ever to make the finals.
That's insane.
That's super cool. It was because of Jimmy Butler.
Did we make noise in the finals? No. But
no, we got absolutely body slammed.
But by the
Lakers final series was a fun one. That was a good final series. And we had injuries.
Yeah, we did have injuries.
We had injuries in all of them.
Hey, we took out a disgusting Milwaukee team in the bubble.
A disgusting Boston team.
I
forgot who we played in the second round. The Knicks, did we?
I don't remember. The only highlight I remember is just that the Milwaukee series. The Milwaukee was Milwaukee.
That Jimmy Butler Milwaukee series was absolutely legendary. Yeah, that was All right, moving on. This one is very close to my heart. My favorite player in the NBA has always been Andrew Wiggins. They spoke to him. He worked on everything on his game, but he specified, which made me very excited, he wanted to get back to his old self, finishing above the rim a lot more. He also mentioned that the trade was especially hard on him because a week before the trade, he had just had a kid. So he had to move away from his family right after having a kid to come to the Heat and figure out like how to get them here. Like it wasn't. These people have lives. I think people forget about that, and especially if you're married with children, and he has 2 other kids who I'm assuming are in school. So it's not as simple as like just having a girlfriend. It's like, yeah, we're going down to Miami. It's like, okay, no, Got to probably buy a house. Got to enroll them somewhere. Do we want to wait till the end of the school year? So I get how that would probably be hard on him. But what excited me was him mentioning finishing above the rim more. So I looked it up. I wanted to see how much he used to finish above the rim compared to now, right? His first 3 years in the NBA, he finished way more. 40% of his shots for 2 of those years and 37% of his shots for 1 of those years was at the rim. That was how often he was scoring at the rim. And that slowly decreased over time with year by year, and a huge decrease when he got to Golden State, where more of his shots became just kind of being a floor spacer, shooting from 3. Which was weird. I figured that maybe they'd want him cutting more, but that's not how their system works, I guess. And people sag off of Draymond, people sag off of Looney, so maybe it's not as easy to get those at the rim shots when you are needed to be the floor spacer. So, and then it was interesting, in his very limited time with the Heat, we did see a pretty big uptick again on his at the rim finishing. So shaking up, like getting rid of that rust, him maybe ingraining in his mindset a whole offseason of they want me to attack the rim again. And if he can get back to that, I mean, look, Wiggins will forever be tainted by the idea of him being called Maple Jordan, by him being a first-round pick. For all of that, he's been a pretty good player his whole career. Like, he's been pretty good. He's a starter-level player his whole career. And we need that. We need a guy who is athletic, who can cut, and who can dunk. And if he can do those things while still having a decent three-point shot, I don't know. I'm excited for a season of Wiggins actually being a part of this team. And he's a good defender. Like, he's a strong, small forward who can guard pretty much 1 through 5, except for the biggest 5s.
But without the seasonal stats, when he entered the league was completely different. You did attack, you did attack the rim more. It's only natural with the progression of the league, with not the invention of Curry, but the way Curry changed the game of basketball as we knew it for some time, and maybe it just kind of recently just changed again. You know, you're gonna attack the rim less. So to see those stats,
depending on the player, there's I hate to be the well actually guy, but I listen to a few nerdy podcasts. The main shifts that have changed have been just long 2s turning into 3s. They're, for pretty much the past 40 years of the NBA, about 50% of shots have been always at the rim. And that has fluctuated by a few percentage points here and there. But for the most part, that's still been true. The difference is, to your point, some players who maybe had post-up games, that's kind of been, taken out unless you're really, really good at it. Some players who didn't have any shot at all, maybe that's all they did, just to touch the rim. Whereas now you have like specialists who, hey, you don't actually drive that well, just shoot the 3.
Just shoot the 3, yeah.
But I think he can drive.
Like, no. I think he's a great. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Wiggins is he, the fact that he was the number 1 pick, that's the biggest knock on him. And maybe he's not an all-star. I'm sorry.
If he was the number 8 pick,
everyone would be like, yo, Wiggins, like, I want Wiggins on my team. Is he amazing? No. But is he good? Yeah. And he's just a streaky player. That's his knock on his game. He's always been a streaky player.
Yeah, he's shown flashes of like, yo, this guy can score the hell out of
and then he just dropped 6 points for like 5 nights back to back, or 8 points.
When he was on Minnesota, there was like one team that every time he played against them, he would fall out. And there was like, does Wiggins just fucking hate us? But I'm excited to see it. I'm not expecting him to score 30 points a game.
No,
I'm not expecting him to score 25
exactly.
points a game. But he can give us. He might be able to get close to that 20 mark.
Give us Wiggins as a third option, kind of what.
With more floor spacing too now.
Exactly.
Once Hero was back, if you have Hero and Norm on the court, like those are 2 guys you cannot leave open. So I'm interested in it. He adds size to the roster. Speaking of Hero, we'll talk about this a little bit, not just his quotes. The main quote I did draw away from him was him mentioning, obviously they all say all the things, they're working on everything on the game, but one thing he pointed out specifically is he's looking to draw fouls better, which I think is actually like maybe the one missing piece of his game offensively, because he can score from mid, he can score from 3, obviously. He has a good layup package. He's never going to be a high-flying dunker. But he can score he's a 3-level scorer. I think he was maybe needing to lean into the physicality a bit more and learn how to draw those fouls, get that pump fake game going. But he is going to be out for 1 to 2 months due to surgery. They found an extra bone in his foot.
I think that tends to happen with just bigger people. These guys all NBA players are freak of nature, so I think that happens with bigger people. You have like an extra bone in your foot. That's like a not common thing, but I have heard that before. Yes.
Yeah. So they was something they were trying to alleviate without surgery. It ended up having to be surgery, but yeah, I'm honestly, I think Hero I was, and to some extent still am on the trade hero if you can get a good package.
Yeah, same.
But like you don't trade him for a bag of chips.
God no.
He's a good player. Like we don't have to just salary dump him.
Yeah, unless we're gonna blow it up completely, then okay, we're like, hey, trade for those first rounders or whatever the case may be. But you don't.
Also made.
Go ahead.
He made comments about seeming pretty reasonable where he wants his contract to be too. We obviously don't know the numbers he's discussed, but I think he's kind of pretty much said that he's not expecting a max contract. So like, he's gotten better every year despite everything.
Yeah.
Every single year he's gotten better.
Yeah.
Every year he's dealt with trade rumors. Every single year, and he's still just like, I want to play in Miami and play and keep getting better at basketball. So maybe when he comes back, he's a flamethrower. That's my hope.
I would hope so. I mean, this hero is an odd cat. Like, he is definitely a good player.
It's gonna help that teams aren't gonna be able to load up on him as much. Like, I think the addition of Norm, I think Jovic being healthy, I think Wiggins like actually ingratiating himself in the system. Like, we got demolished partially because teams were like, if you guard Hero, no one on this team is gonna score.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Hero was just getting abused, both on offense and defense. And obviously also his not that he'll ever be a great defender, but his defense was affected by the fact that he had to do a lot for us on offense. Like, he was if Hero had a bad game, we lost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. And then Bam, there's not much to say. I think we'll see when we see it, and we'll talk about this on our next segment a little bit. But I just want to mention that he spoke about just wanting to be more consistent this year, and he wanted to kind of start and continue this year the way he ended last year. Last year, his three-point shot actually came alive in like the last 3 months of the season. He was hitting like 3 or 4 a game on a decent clip. So if that actually comes alive, I don't think he's ever going to be Cat shooting 8 or 9 threes a game. But if he can be at least a decent enough spacer, that'll be cool. But that'll lead me into the next thing I want to talk about, our last segment for today. 3 things that we're both each looking forward to for this Miami Heat season. I'll let you hit it with the first thing. What's one of the first things you're looking forward to?
Yeah, we just kind of wrapped up the last segment with it. Just Bam with the 3-ball. And hey, look, I think as Heat fans, everyone has bitched about him not shooting the 3-ball or not shooting the 3-ball great.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a good 3-point shooter. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
we don't know yet. There's not enough.
And if he's not, then okay.
To be clear, Bam Adebayo is still an absolutely great player that almost every team in the NBA would want on their team.
Yeah, of course.
Even if he can never shoot a 3.
Yeah. No, I'm over that thought. Like, oh no, he sucks. He can't shoot the 3. No. Bam's one of, if not the best defender in the league.
Yeah, guarding 1 through 5.
1 through 5, amazing ball handles. Even though it looks like he doesn't handle the ball good, but he doesn't lose the ball.
He doesn't lose the ball. He's good. He's not a Jokic level passer, but
he's
a good passer. He knows how to replay.
Exactly, he knows how to replace. He's a good playmaker. Anyone would want him, and I think anyone.
And he still gives you like as much as we all want him to be this like 30 game, like a 30-point a game scorer, like still gives you 20 something.
Draymond
20
Green
something with some rebounds, with great defense, with some assists.
Draymond was never had. I think at 1 year he had a decent clip at shooting the 3, but he's not a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I'm like, if we were to put Bam on the trade market right now, teams would be blowing up.
I think 98% of the teams in the NBA would be like, hey, look, the only people that don't want him are literally players or teams that have a similar type of build or don't need another big man.
Yeah,
besides that,
some of them might still be like, well, we'll figure it out.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that. I think it's I'm excited. So you're waiting. You want to see?
I want to see the 3-ball, but is it do or die for me? Am I gonna bitch Bam because he doesn't shoot the 3-ball good? No, I'm over that train already. The first 2 years, I was like, God dang it, like he can't shoot it or like improve it, and then he didn't really improve it too drastically, and I just got over it. I'm like, maybe this guy just doesn't know how to shoot the 3-ball.
Maybe he can. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm excited for that too. My first thing I'll mention, which we talked about a little bit already. A full season with Wiggins. I think that Wiggins is somewhat underrated.
I agree.
He's a versatile defender. I think that he adds something to the team that we need. I think people forget that he was by far the second best player on that Warriors team that won the finals. There's something in there. And I feel like he's the perfect kind of player for Coach Spo to figure that out. I think it's a challenge and it's a quiz for Coach Spo, and overall, he seems like he's just like a happy guy, good guy. I don't think that he's going to be an issue for us. So that's what I'm excited for. I'll just follow it up with the next thing, which is someone we already talked about. But it's also a contract year for Tyler. We haven't given him the extension yet, and I'm imagining that he probably wants to play out the season and see what he can get. And he played really well last season. He kind of carried the team last season, despite the flame out in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he got us there. Obviously, everyone helps, but he played really, really well last season. And I think contract year, everybody counting us out, it's like the perfect kind of Heat year for like we play best under these circumstances. I feel like so. I'm excited to see that personally.
That's a good one for me. My next thing would be, I think my third one's gonna be a good take, but for this one, I'm gonna go with just seeing these dudes just take a step up. I think Jaime taking that well-needed step up, and Jovic to have that next step as well would be so nice to see because I think they're good players. They're good players. So
there's something there. It's like we people don't watch like. We don't get a lot of national TV games in the Heat. I get it. We're not the most fun team to watch because
we are one of the most boring teams to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm gonna be honest with you, we only have Tyler Hero, which is like kind of like that little spark. You're like, okay, like this guy moves. Like
I'm like in the past, it's been like we win with like defense and like especially even when Jimmy Butler was here in the regular season, like we win with defense and like foul drawing.
No, let me tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you. We play one of the most boring basketballs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's not. I don't blame people.
No, I of course not. No,
there with those guys.
Yeah,
there's something there. There's something there. And I was gonna tell you to go your third, but you pretty much said what my third was, and my third was the Utes. It's it's Jovic, it's Jaquez, it's Ware, second year. How does that go? It's Pella. He was looking really good in summer league. It's Kasparis. Is he gonna get some runway, especially at the beginning of the season now that Tyler's out? Is he gonna get 12 minutes a game, maybe? He's working with Goran, so that's exciting to me. But yeah, that was my third. What's your sexy spicy third one?
My third is, and god dang it, I hope people don't hate me for this one. Let's make up our mind. What are we gonna do with this future? What does the future look like? Are we gonna tank? Are we not gonna tank? Are we gonna trade these players? Are we not gonna trade these players? Pat, god dang it, man. He's making the hardest case is it the hardest case or the easiest case to hate him at this point?
It's tough, man, because it's like we have our pick this year. I don't think the Heat are ever going to intentionally tank. And I think if you have Bam and Tyler on this team, especially with how shitty the East is, we're never going to be bad enough to get a good pick.
Okay, but
you'd have to shut them down.
What's the last team to not rebuild? To not completely tank and rebuild their team and
well, you know who did it? I don't know for the last ones, but you know who did it? The fucking Heat. When we had that 41-41 team, we eventually started moving things around and we turned fucking Hassan Whiteside and whatever into Jimmy Butler, and then we were in the finals. So
all right, but more in the sense like championship.
I get what you mean.
A championship team.
But we got close. We went to the finals twice.
Yeah, that is true.
That's more than a lot of people can say.
But I just want a clear cut like image.
I'm with you.
Hey, look, this is the plan. This is our 4-year plan. I'm running for president right now. This is our 4-year plan. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna achieve it.
I do think they're gonna make those decisions this year, especially with like. I think regardless, even if it's rebuilding, you keep Bam. He's still pretty young. And I don't think his game is gonna age poorly.
But Chris, I think we run into the issue again of just timelines being in every single place. Like, what we're gonna have a 9-year-old Bam?
Bam is 28.
Okay, a 28-year-old Bam and Gilbert Arenas' his son.
Well, but my point is, I mean, players often like look at how old these players are who are still good. Like 32.
Yeah, that is true. Good. That is true.
33, 34. Like even if Bams are fucking Al Horford at 35, you know what I mean? Like I don't think you necessarily trade him unless it's for a haul, like a straight up haul of picks. But
haul of picks or a haul of picks and players.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's more so like, do we trade Wiggins? Do we trade? I mean, Terry Rozier, we would love to trade.
Yeah.
Do we trade Norm Powell? Like, he's older. His timeline is.
He's very old.
He's like 31 or 32.
He's 32. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm like he's 32. So I don't know about that, but I'm with you. I think a decision has to be made like this season.
Yeah,
we can't just extend Norm Powell and him and Hero are somewhat redundant. I think it's going to be nice to see them together, but don't think that's a long term plan.
But yeah, I just want Ryder to speak out. Hey, look,
this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. Instead of this mind games that he's running constantly 24/7 and subliminal disses to Jimmy Butler, to whoever the case may be.
Yeah, like get over it.
Yeah, man. Like he'd be like, hey, look, this team sucks. We're doing something. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, or hey, look, I don't want old all-star legends and Miami Heat. I'll be like, okay, so that way I don't get my hopes up that when Kyrie's a free agent, you guys are not gonna get him.
Yeah.
So it just, I just think that the clarity from organization and just like a picture to move forward as a Miami Heat fan and to know what I'm looking forward to. That's pretty much it.
I'm with you. All right. Well, this will just about wrap us up. But before we get out of here, I do want to end as we always do with something we're fired up for, something we're burnt out by. Do you have something top of mind, something that's firing you up, something that's burning you out?
Fire me up. I've been playing basketball as of late. I have dropped a lot of pounds, so I do feel really good.
Thanks for the invite.
I say playing basketball in quotations, but I just been shooting by myself. But you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to join me whenever you're free to go shoot some hoops. But yeah, that has been very fun, and just seeing me transition to like a more active lifestyle, which I was never not active, but more. I feel good in my body now.
It feels good to feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
In the words of Zion.
Yeah, me and Zion have very similar paths. That is. But that's been firing me up, burning me out. Wow. Yikes. Relationships. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Leave it at that.
How about you?
Good, yeah. For me, I mean, the obvious one is I'm fired up for the NBA season. We have our first preseason games this weekend, so I'm like stupid excited. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's been a long time, even though we've had like EuroLeague and Summer League. Like I've watched stuff, but I still just feels like it's been a long time. So I'm very fired up about that. And what I'm burnt out by, and this is a very broad topic with a lot of intricacies to it, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to get too into it to avoid any opinions. But just not knowing what's real and what's fake anymore. I am very burnt out by that. By headlines, by videos, by pictures. Like there's just no. We live in this made up world now. Like anything I see, I have to be like, is that for real? Or is that like a spin? Or is that AI? Or is that a quote taken out of context? I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think the quotes taken out of context, that's been a thing for years already. So I don't take it too serious. But some of those AI things, AI pictures and videos, and I'm like, too much, man. What's real?
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, like I'm so desensitized to everything at this point. I'm just like, you know what, man? F it. I
feel like it makes you want to just like, I want to go outside instead. I'm not going to do any of this stuff anymore.
Maybe that's what we need.
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it is good, because I do wholeheartedly agree with you. I think I'm on social media and I just get
all the social media suck now, dude. Like when we were younger,
everything.
Everything was cool. It was just your friends posting stuff, sharing stuff, and now everything is just fucking.
Everything is AI. Everything is AI, and I'm like, dude.
Everything's an ad. Everything is like.
It's annoying, and like.
It's an echo chamber too. You like one post about something.
Oh, you're chalked.
And then 45 more posts that are way more extreme than that one end up on your feed, and you're like, I don't remember liking those things.
God forbid you leave your phone on, like, you looked at an image on your Explore page on Instagram, and you looked at it for a second, like, oh, let me cook this meat real quick. And then you scroll down, it's that image that you've mistakenly left there for like 2 seconds, and it's just the algorithm is just in your face. Yeah, the algorithm is
my 4-year plan for president. Get rid of the algorithm.
I'm down. I would vote on amendment 47, take out the algorithm. Yeah.
Take out the algorithm.
Yeah.
That's
goodbye.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here for Hansel Pupo today. Today is today. This will be releasing at some point in the future, tomorrow or the next day. No one knows what that means, but today is October 1st, and this will likely come out October 3rd. So if you're hearing this and something comes out that dismantles anything that we've been saying, if Victor Wembanyama's leg is broken in a car accident, he's obviously not going to win Defensive Player of the Year. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Pupo.
Thank you for having me.